I get that question all the time, and not just from students in my class. I was taking an Uber ride the other day, and the Uber driver heard me talking about software, and he said, I'm a computer science student at a university in Tennessee, and is it even worth being in software and development? And I think the answer is a resounding yes. And for one reason, if no other reason, there's going to be a lot of really bad generated code created by LLMs. And we're going to have a lot of technical debt incurred by this. And so rather than having fewer programmers, we're actually going to probably ultimately need more programmers, because people are going to be trying to solve much more interesting problems. That sometimes the LLMs are going to do a good job, sometimes they won't, but we're going to create an enormous amount of new software. And that software is really not going to maintain and sustain and evolve itself. So there's so many opportunities. And I think what's going to happen also is people's appetite for more interesting applications is also growing very rapidly. And there's going to be a surge demand for people who know how to navigate these tools and use them effectively to create business value for the users.
I get that question a lot too, if I can quickly comment on it. This is where I love to point out that there is a difference between software engineering and programming, right? And I think how programming gets taught will necessarily have to evolve over the next few years, but I think absolutely software engineering skills are absolutely not going away. I like to talk about Jevons paradox, which is an economics law that states that an increase in efficiency and resource will generate an increase in the resource consumption rather than a decrease. So to kind of put that in simpler terms, if you think about, word processors and email have made paperwork easier to generate, it hasn't resulted in less paperwork than there was in the 1940s. It's resulted in a lot more paperwork than there was in the 1940s. So will programming look exactly the same now as it, in 10 years as it did 10 years ago? Probably not. But will software engineering skills be as valuable or more valuable in the future when all these people have all these large piles of code that they don't fully understand? Absolutely.